Hi, boys and girls. This is Mrs. Hernandez again. Happy Friday! Today, I thought I would read one of my favorite books to you and have you talk about our story elements like I did in Skippy John Jones. So just as a reminder, our story elements are who are the characters. Remember, that can be an animal or a person, or it could be the gingerbread man. The setting, remember that is where and when the story takes place. It could be at the park, it could be in your house, it could be in the desert, it could be on the moon. It just depends. And stories can have more than one setting. Also, we talked about what is the problem. Most stories have a problem. The problem is what is wrong. Something that happens that we have to fix, which leads us to the last one, and the last one is the solution. Solution means how did somebody fix the problem? Okay, so character, setting, problem, solution. So we're going to review all of these elements after I finish reading the story, and you'll have a chance to answer a quiz on Schoology when we're all done. You can make one of these at home. I bet if you get a piece of paper, you could draw and make your own character, setting, problem, solution. And then you can practice telling what happened in the story. Okay, so let's get started. For our story today, I have Gilbert the Shark. Here he is, yay! And he is excited to read to you today, or help me read with you today, his story, which is called Gilbert the Great. All right, so he's going to sit here, okay? Gilbert the Great by Jane Clark. From the time Gilbert the Great White Shark was a tiny pup, that's a baby shark, Raymond the Remora stuck to him like glue. Remora is a little fish that likes to hang out with sharks. Raymond was always at Gilbert's side. When Gilbert was stuck in the seaweed, Raymond untangled him. When Gilbert got dirty, Raymond cleaned him up. And when Gilbert lost his first row of teeth, Raymond helped him collect them for the tooth fairy. So sharks, they have 3 rows of teeth, not just one. So he just lost his first in his first row. That's a lot of teeth. Gilbert and Raymond had lots of fun. They loved to play finball, hide and seek, and sardines. They shared everything. Does this remind you of some friends that you have? Friends that you enjoy doing things together and that you share things with? I think Gilbert is telling us about one of his friends. Stop and think, what are some characters we have met so far? Who have we met so far? And what is the setting? Think about it. Then one day, Raymond told Gilbert that he and his family had to move across the ocean. "I don't want to go, but Mom says I have to," cried Raymond. As Raymond and his family swam away, Gilbert's mother hugged him tight and tried to comfort him. I wonder if any of you have had this experience, having to go to a new place and leaving your friends. You might have a connection with this story. I know I do. "Raymond's my best friend," said Gilbert. "Why did he have to go away? It's not fair." "I know," said Mom, "but his family just couldn't leave him behind." She kissed Gilbert on the snout. "Go and play hide and seek with the pilot fish. It will keep your mind off Raymond." But Gilbert couldn't stop thinking about his friend. I wonder if you can tell what the problem is so far in this story. Think about what it is. "I want to move with Raymond," Gilbert said. "He's moved too far away," said Mom. "We have to stay here. Let's go watch the basketball game. The Thrashing Threshers are playing the Tidal Tigers. Who do you want to win?" I guess they're playing the basketball here. Or this is a basket shark. See, his mouth looks like a basket. Gilbert looked around. There were remoras everywhere, but none of them was Raymond. "I don't care," he said, and he swam off before either side scored a basket. "It's my fault Raymond moved," Gilbert snapped as he passed an eel. "Last week I called him a sucker." "You didn't make Raymond leave," Mom smiled. "Everyone fights sometimes." The clownfish did their best to cheer Gilbert up, but nothing could make him smile. The next day at school, everyone was very kind to Gilbert. They even gave him an extra long turn on the seesaw. "Cheer up," said Marvin the mallet. "There are plenty of fish in the sea." "There isn't another Raymond," said Gilbert. You know, Gilbert has such a problem when his friend moved away. I wonder how he's going to solve that problem. What do you think? How do you think Gilbert's going to solve his problem? Let's make a prediction. Now let's check and see our predictions if they were right. Gilbert was still sulking when Mom came to collect him from school. "It's not the same without Raymond," Gilbert pouted. That night, Gilbert cried and cried and cried, and his warm tears mingled with the cold ocean water. The next morning, Mom took Gilbert gently by the fin and towed him into the shallow water. Rocked by the gentle waves, they gazed out at the seashore and the big, bright blue sky. "I hope Raymond's new home is as nice as this," said Gilbert. "I'm sure it is," said Mom. "I'm hungry," Gilbert said suddenly. "We'll go to the wreck," said Mom. Gilbert's eyes lit up. They didn't usually go to the wreck. Mom didn't like him eating junk food. Okay, so this is the wreck right here. A wreck is when a ship crashes and it falls to the bottom of the ocean. And when that happens, there's all these holes and everything in there, and there's, different types of pieces of wood sometimes, or different things that people have left behind that were on the boat. Scrunch, munch, crunch! As Gilbert was biting into a pile of tin cans and bits of old boat, he spotted a small remora crying in the shadows. Gilbert stopped crunching and swam towards her. "What's the matter?" Gilbert asked. "Mom and I moved and I had to leave my shark behind," she sobbed. "Now I don't have any friends." "My remora had to move too," said Gilbert sadly. "I'm so lonely." Gilbert and the remora looked at each other, and they smiled wobbly smiles. "I'm Gilbert," said Gilbert. "I'm Rita," replied the remora. Just then a ray of sunlight filtered through the deep blue ocean. Gilbert's teeth flashed as he grinned a huge grin. "Do you want to play finball with me, Rita?" he asked. Sunlight danced in Rita's eyes. "I'd love to," she said, and the two new friends swam off to find a ball to play with. The end. That was a really great story. It's about making new friends when you lose some of your own. Go ahead now and take the quiz that I have posted. See if you can tell me about the character, the setting, the problem, and the solution. See you soon.